You know those days where it feels like your brain is made of static? You sit down at your desk before work, open your laptop, and within 60 seconds, you're on Instagram. You plan to just check one thing, and suddenly you're deep in reels watching strangers' morning routines while your to-do list sits untouched. Or you get home after a long commute, drop your bag by the door, tell yourself you'll start that side hustle in 10 minutes, and then the couch, the TV, and your phone team up to steal your entire night. Or maybe you're in college. You open your notes to study for finals, and somehow your brain decides your room absolutely must be cleaned, your email must be checked, and yes, you definitely need to Google something random right now. You end the day thinking, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just focus? Here's the truth most people never tell you. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are just running in an environment that's designed for distraction, not for focus. Your surroundings are quietly programming your behavior all day long. Your desk, your room, your phone, your tabs, your notifications, they're all sending instructions to your brain. And right now, those instructions probably sound like scroll, snack, open another tab, check just one more thing. So if you feel scattered and unfocused, it's not because your willpower is weak, it's because your environment is loud. The game is not to become some willpower superhero. The game is to design your environment so that focus becomes the easiest, most automatic option in your day. Think of it like this. Water flows downhill because of gravity and the shape of the land. Your attention flows wherever your environment tilts it. If your room, your desk, and your phone are tilted toward distraction, you'll slide into distraction without even trying. If you tilt them toward focus, you'll find yourself doing deep work with half the effort. So in this session, you're going to learn how to quietly rig your surroundings in your favor. Small tweaks, tiny moves, 1% adjustments that add up. By the end, you'll know how to redesign your space and your digital world so that focus feels natural and distraction feels like too much work. Let's start with the big truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And your environment is a massive part of that system. You can have the best intentions in the world. You can promise yourself, tomorrow I'll focus, tomorrow I'll change. But if tomorrow your desk still looks the same, your phone still lives right next to your hand, and your notifications still explode all day, your brain will follow the same old script. Your brain is not a robot. It's more like a dog. It responds to cues, to signals, to what it sees and hears around it. So instead of blaming yourself, we're going to edit the cues. We're going to quietly change the script your environment is feeding your brain. Let's break this down into simple, non-overwhelming moves you can actually do today. First idea, make your good habits visible and easy. Make your bad habits invisible and annoying. Most people do the opposite. The junk food is right on the counter, the phone is right next to the pillow, the game controller is right next to the laptop, the social media tabs are already open. Of course your brain chooses those things. They're right there. They promise instant comfort. Now imagine this instead. You sit down to work. On your desk, you see only 3 things: your laptop, your notebook and pen, a glass of water. No phone in sight, no snacks in sight, no other project sitting there silently stressing you out. Your brain doesn't have to decide what to do. The environment has already decided for you. Here's your first 1% move. Use the visible-invisible rule. Tonight, before you go to bed, take 2 minutes and do this. Step 1. Make one focus habit more visible. If you want to read more, put the book on your pillow. If you want to write, leave your notebook open on your desk. If you want to work on your side hustle after work, put your laptop and charger in the exact spot you'll sit when you get home. Step 2. Make one distraction less visible. If your phone steals your focus, charge it across the room. If YouTube or games pull you in, log out or remove the shortcut from your home screen. If snacks derail you, move them to a high cabinet instead of your desk. Don't change everything, just 1% of the environment tonight. When you wake up tomorrow, you'll feel the difference. The path to focus will be right in front of you. The path to distraction will take just a little more effort. Third idea, create a focus zone that tells your brain, when you're here, we work. Your brain loves context. It links places to behaviors. Your couch says, relax, scroll, maybe nap. Your bed says sleep or phone until 2 a.m. Your kitchen says food and random snacking. But for a lot of people, there is no clear place that says, here we focus. Everything is mixed together. Work in bed, Netflix at the desk, emails on the couch. No wonder your brain is confused. You don't need a fancy home office. You don't need a $1,000 chair. You just need one small, consistent focus zone. It could be the left side of your kitchen table, a specific chair in your apartment, a corner of your room with a cheap desk from Craigslist, even the passenger seat of your car with a notebook in your lap. The key is simple. Same place, same posture, same purpose. When you sit there, you do one thing, focused work. Let me give you a picture. Alex is 23, living in a tiny apartment with 2 roommates and thin walls. He works customer support 9 to 5 and then comes home exhausted. He kept telling himself he'd work on his portfolio after work, but after dinner he'd stretch out on the couch with his laptop and somehow end up on YouTube every single night. He thought his problem was motivation. He thought, I'm just not disciplined enough. But the real problem, his environment was sending mixed messages. The couch screamed relax, not focus. So he tried something small. He took an old IKEA chair and shoved it into the corner near the window. On the floor next to it, he put his laptop, his sketchbook, a cheap lamp. He told himself, this corner is the focus zone. If I sit here, I'm either working on my portfolio or resting with my eyes closed. No scrolling. For the first week, it felt weird. His brain wanted the couch. It wanted the old habit. But every evening at 7:30, he'd walk past the couch and sit in the chair instead, even if he only stayed for 10 minutes at first. Within 2 weeks, something shifted. The moment he sat in that chair, his brain clicked into work mode. Not because he suddenly became more disciplined, but because his environment was finally sending a clear signal. 3 months later, his portfolio was finished. He applied to new jobs. He landed one with better pay and better hours. Did he change as a person? Yes, but it started by changing one corner of a room. Your environment trains your brain. So here's your second 1% move. Pick one focus zone in your world. Not perfect, not huge, just one consistent spot. Then remove everything from that spot that screams distraction and add 1 or 2 objects that scream focus. Maybe it's a notebook and a pen. Maybe it's a specific mug you only use during focus time. Maybe it's a sticky note on the wall that says, when I'm here, I focus. Do that and you'll start building a mental bridge. Sit here, we work. Third idea. Design your digital environment like a gatekeeper, not a playground. Your physical environment is only half the story. The other half lives in your phone, your browser, your apps. Right now, your digital world is probably designed to grab you, not help you. Default notifications, endless recommendations, home screens full of apps that want your attention. Every time you unlock your phone, your brain is stepping into a casino. So let's flip that. Again, not with willpower, with design. Ask yourself this question. When I open my phone or laptop, what do I see first? Is it a wall of colorful apps? Your social feed? Your email inbox with 200 unread messages? Or is it something that points you back to your priorities? Here's your third 1% move. Create a focused first layout. On your phone, move your most distracting apps off your home screen. Put them in a folder on the second or third page. Turn off non-essential notifications. On your home screen, keep only calendar, notes, or to-do list, maybe a meditation or focus timer app. So when you unlock your phone, the first thing you see isn't a slot machine, it's a reminder of what matters. On your laptop, set your browser to open on a blank tab or a single useful page, not a feed. Use one profile or browser for work, one for play. Install one simple blocker that pauses distracting sites for just 10 to 15 seconds. That small pause forces a micro-decision. Do I really want to go there right now? You're not banning yourself from fun. You're just making distraction a tiny bit more expensive and focus a tiny bit cheaper. Over time, those tiny costs and tiny discounts silently reshape your habits. Fourth idea, use friction on purpose. Friction is anything that makes an action a little harder. Walking across the room, entering a password, closing extra tabs. Most people accidentally remove friction from their worst habits and add friction to their best habits. For example, your phone is always within reach, zero friction. Your running shoes are buried in the closet, high friction. Your Netflix password is saved and one click away, zero friction. Your course login or side hustle tools are buried in email, high friction. So you end up doing what's easy to start, not what's important. Let's rewrite that. Here's your fourth 1% move. Add friction to one distraction. Remove friction to one priority. Make distractions annoying. Make priorities smooth. Tonight, you could log out of one social media account on your laptop so you have to type the password every time. Move the game controller to a drawer in another room. Delete one streaming app from your phone and only keep it on your TV. At the same time, you could place your workout clothes and shoes right next to your bed. Keep your side hustle notebook open on your desk. Pin your most important document or folder to your desktop or bookmarks bar. These changes are tiny, but your brain feels them. When you try to slip into an old habit, you'll bump into friction. When you try to build a new one, you'll glide. Fifth idea, attach focus to existing routines. You don't have to invent a brand new schedule from scratch. You already have anchors in your day. You already wake up, make coffee, commute, eat lunch, come home, brush your teeth. Environment design gets even more powerful when you piggyback on those anchors. For example, right after you pour your morning coffee, your focus zone is ready with your notebook and laptop open to one specific task. After your commute home, your keys always go in the same spot, and right next to that spot is your side hustle corner, already set up. After you brush your teeth at night, your journal and pen are already on your pillow, waiting for a 2-minute reflection. You're not forcing yourself to remember new habits in the middle of chaos. You're letting your existing routines trigger them. So here's your fifth 1% move. Pick one habit you want more of, then pick one routine you already do every day. Fill in this sentence. After I blank, I will go to blank and do 5 minutes of blank. Maybe it's after I make my coffee, I will go to the kitchen table and do 5 minutes of planning. After I get home from work, I will go to my focus zone and do 5 minutes of side hustle work. After I brush my teeth, I will sit on my bed and do 5 minutes of journaling. The routine is the trigger. The environment is the container. The habit is the action. Put those together, and focus stops being this fight. It becomes a pattern. Now, I want to circle back to something important. At no point in any of this did I say, just try harder, just be more disciplined, just stop being lazy. Because that's not the point. If you keep beating yourself up, you'll stay stuck in the same shame loop. Mess up, feel bad, numb out, mess up more. Instead, I want you to think like a designer, not a critic. Designers don't say the user is stupid. They say the system is unclear. Let's fix it. You are not broken. Your current setup is just pushing you in the wrong direction. So let's turn this into a tiny challenge you can actually do. For the next 7 days, I want you to run a mini environment reset challenge. Here's how it works. Every day, do just one small change to tilt your environment toward focus. Day 1, make one good habit more visible and one distraction less visible. Day 2, choose and set up your focus zone, even if it's just a chair and a notebook. Day 3, clean up your digital home screen so focus-first apps are front and center. Day 4, add friction to one distraction, remove friction to one priority. Day 5. Attach one 5-minute focus habit to an existing routine. Day 6. Notice what still pulls you off track and adjust one thing in your space. Day 7. Take a photo of your focus zone or your calendar and acknowledge your progress. You don't have to get it perfect. You don't have to change your whole life in a week. Remember the whole idea of this channel: 1% better. If your room, your desk, and your phone become even 1% more supportive every day, in a month, your focus will feel completely different. In a year, you won't recognize the person you used to be. So here's your line for today. In the comments, write, "I'm becoming the kind of person who designs my environment for focus." Not, "I will try," not, "I hope." I'm becoming the kind of person who designs my environment for focus. Because once your environment starts working for you instead of against you, focus stops being this rare, magical state and becomes your default. If you found this helpful, share it with one friend who's always saying they can't focus, but you know they're capable of so much more. Hit like so this reaches more people who are stuck in noisy environments they never designed. And if you want more calm, realistic, 1% better everyday systems instead of fake hustle culture, make sure you subscribe and keep building this new version of you one small tweak at a time. Your environment is talking to your brain all day. From today forward, make sure it's saying, "Hey, we focus here."